Kristiina Ojuland, do you support the banking union?
Well, I think it's a very important mechanism because of the Eurozone, all this financial crisis. We need really the common rules of the game. And at the same time, I also support very strongly the supervisory mechanism to be established. What will really allow to clarify the existing rules and also making already for the future the common rules also for those who are not members of Eurozone in the moment. And I also support that the non-Eurozone members, they should have, of course, the possibility to join the supervisory mechanism. But this merge should be real, and they must make also clear commitments from their side.
You said not members of the European zone, but then how do you define the Great Britain?
Well, as long as Great Britain is not a member of Eurozone, of course, this country should be also allowed to cooperate. But as I said, it cannot be a cooperation just like picking from the menu the things, what they like or not. It must be really comprehensive and serious cooperation.
Your leader this very morning, he attacked the City of London, and he said that they are also into the tax evasion mechanism in a way. So would you agree with him?
Well, there are a lot of question marks, not only in UK, but also in many other European Union countries, and especially old countries, but not only old countries, where we see that there is the money laundering is taking place, the tax evasions and so on, in the time where we have already the existing rules. But the question is that these rules should be implemented. And therefore, exactly this common supervisory mechanism, for example, in the banking sector, is so important to be established, despite of all the legal obstacles about the existing treaties, for example. But nevertheless, I feel there is now a very clear and strong political will to do it, and I hope that that in cooperation with the Parliament and the national governments and with the Commission, we can achieve the result as soon as possible.
Kristiina Ojuland, there was an opinion of your colleagues from the European Parliament, from the very House, that the system is not fair, that tax evasion is a healthy reaction of people to disproportionate tax policies, because when more than half of your gain is taken by the state, is considered by many as unfair, as a punishment. So would you agree to this tax policy that exists in many countries, and how do you see the harmonization of taxes under this condition?
Well, I'm strongly against of harmonizing any kind of taxes in principle, despite of the fact that there are some taxes are already harmonized in Europe. But what comes to the corporate tax or personal income tax, I'm against of harmonizing those taxes, and I think this is not the problem. The problem is of collecting the existing taxes, and the fact that European Union is losing like €1 trillion per year not collecting taxes and not be able as member states really to supervise what's going on in their own countries. I think this is something what need to be changed very fast. And again, in this respect, the banking union and especially this common supervisory mechanism would be very helpful.
The report is interested. Kristiina Ojuland, as a liberal, don't you think that the tax evasion is a phenomenon that is a response to an abusive policies of taxes, because they are oppressive, they are punishing creativity, they're punishing labor, they're punishing entrepreneurs? So what do you think, as a liberal, why people are so eager to hide their money, to take away their money? For example, in Canada, the problem doesn't exist.
Well, yes, this is also a very important political question, and the division between the socialists or liberals are very clear here. As a liberal, of course, I would say that we should give the priority to entrepreneurship. We should create the conditions for entrepreneurs, lowering taxes in order to allow them create the new companies, the new businesses, and most important, creating through that the working place for people. I think that this is very much what I would like to see happening in Europe. Instead of increasing taxes on companies or private persons, it doesn't lead us towards the growth. I think that this is the dead end. If this policy will be dominant in the European Union through just depressing entrepreneurs and business through higher taxes, then we are going to be a big losers in the world.
Thank you very much, Kristiina Ojuland.